you're trying to look for places on a piece of property to have your best success at doing nest predator trapping, always look for water sources, especially for raccoons. Creeks are dynamite places to catch a lot of raccoons. They almost always come down to our creeks at night looking for minnows, looking for crawfish. The dams of ponds, streams leading into ponds, it's an easy place to pick up a lot of different types of snails and all sorts of things that coons and those little nest predators like to eat. That's one of the first places I look for on a piece of property is a water source. And you can take these dog-proof traps that are relatively inexpensive and you can just line them up down a creek bank, several hundred yards apart and be very successful with nest predators. You can also take your cage traps and put them up on a little bit higher ground, finding trails that come down two creeks. We catch a lot of possums in our cage traps simply because they don't roam around quite as much as raccoons do, but you do catch quite a few of them at night, even on ridge tops, simply by baiting with sardines or something like that. In these dog-proof traps, I like to use a marshmallow down in the bottom underneath the trigger. You can put a little bit of sardines or something with a fish oil smell to it in the middle, and then stuff another marshmallow right here on top for a visual bait. Coons can't seem to leave that alone. When they see anything that looks white like that, they think it's probably an egg, and they're gonna come investigate. Most likely you're gonna have them sitting right there waiting for you the next day. So when you start looking for good places to set up coyote traps or bobcat, a lot of times you're going to catch bobcats in the same set that you would make for a coyote. I really look for road intersections, areas where the habitat changes, roads and fields, intersections around row crop fields where the timber meets the edge of fields, where you've got any type of really good transition zone and edge. A lot of times you'll see that's where coyotes like to travel. Go back to thinking about your trail cameras. Where do you generally get a lot of pictures of coyotes at? Use that knowledge to know where some of the higher traffic areas are for catching coyotes and bobcats. They love to travel roads. They love using intersections for places to scent post. So all those are great places to put sets for coyotes. I generally say if a spot is good enough for one set on a coyote, I'll go ahead and make a double set. You never know which way the coyote may be traveling. You're going to use that wind and the thermals to carry that scent from your bait to where the coyotes are traveling. So a lot of times having a double set, one on each side of the road or each side of an intersection, can up your success rate on catching coyotes.